Welcome to another learning episode for reading and writing. In this lesson, we will focus on writing a resume. Here's a question. After you graduate in senior high school, what do you intend to do? Are you going to pursue a college degree, get employed, or start your own business? If you choose option 2, it is important to tell your would-be employer that you are the right person for the job. How will you do this? Yes, you should be able to submit a resume that leaves a positive impression of who you are and what you can do. Therefore, we can say that a resume is an important document which senior high school students like you should know how to write. I am Teacher Glynis and I will be your learning facilitator in this lesson. Come, join me, and together we will write an effective resume. Let's go! Before we go any further, let us go through the objectives of this lesson. 1. Identify the unique features of a resume. 2. Differentiate the types of resume. And 3. Write a resume. These objectives will guide us as we go through the activities of this lesson. Let us determine how much you already know about the basic concepts of resume and the process of writing such. Listen to and analyze each question carefully. Choose the best answer from the choices flashed on your screen and write the letter of your answer on your answer sheet. You have 5 seconds to answer. Which part of a resume contains your desired job or field, including your desire to accomplish something in that field? The correct answer is: which of the following is an essential element of a resume? The correct answer is: which part of a resume contains information about the persons who may recommend you to your desired job? The correct answer is: what type of resume starts by listing your work history with the most recent position listed first? The correct answer is: what type of resume contains a brief summary of one's career highlights and qualifications? The correct answer is: what type of resume usually includes photos, graphics, images, graphs, and other visuals in a web-based version? The correct answer is: what type of resume focuses on one's skills and experiences rather than on chronological work history? The correct answer is: what is a brief account of personal, educational, and professional qualifications and experiences and is prepared in relation to a job application? The correct answer is: what
type of resume highlights one's work experiences and skills which are relevant to the job one is applying for. The correct answer is: which part of the resume contains the name, address, cell phone or telephone number, and email address of the applicant? The correct answer is: how many character references should you include in your resume? The correct answer is: which is not considered standard or formal font type when writing a resume? The correct answer is: who among these persons are usually not included as character references? The correct answer is: if the following years, 2014, 2016, 2018, and 2020 were arranged in reverse chronological order, which year comes first? The correct answer is: what spacing is usually used in encoding or writing the entries of a resume? The correct answer is: how did you perform? If you scored 13 or more, that's quite impressive. If you scored 12 and below, don't despair. The pretest should motivate you to pay more attention to this lesson. As they say, big things come from small beginnings. So let's get going.
The world of work is an exciting place to be. At your age, you are at the point where looking for a job is not a very far possibility. Whether you will join the workforce just after senior high school, while in college, or after completing a college degree, the world of work is within your reach. And so, it is best to arm yourself with skills and knowledge that will make job hunting a little less stressful. In your past lessons, you have learned about the definitions of a resume, its significance, and its parts. You have learned that a resume is a document that gives a summary of the qualifications of a person applying for a job. Bear in mind that the job market is a busy and complex one. A single work vacancy may be applied for by numerous applicants. To help employers cut down the list of possible applicants, they usually require job seekers to submit a resume. So you see, at the very beginning of the job hunting process, the kind of resume an applicant submits will tell if he or she can go to the next step, which is the job interview. Take note of the following essential parts of a resume: identification, experience, education, and character references. These parts should never be omitted when writing your own resume. Let us go through the steps in writing these parts. In the identification section, you include your name, address, telephone or cell phone number, and email address. Observe the following example. The identification, also called the personal profile, is written at the topmost part of the resume. Other reminders to bear in mind are: make sure your phone number is working, and Use a professional email address such as brown_j@gmail.com over something like iambeautiful@yahoo.com. In the experience section, you will list your work experience in reverse chronological order. This means that you will start from the most recent going backwards. Include in this part the jobs, internships, and volunteer works you have engaged in. What if you're a fresh graduate and you do not have experience yet? You can include membership or leadership roles in school clubs and organizations, like member of the sports club or managing editor of the school publication. The point of the experience section is to assure your would-be employer that you can do the responsibilities expected of the job to be filled in. In this example, Dina is applying for a marketing position. Thus, she mentions that she has worked part-time as an insurance agent and as a sales representative. Both previous works are related to marketing. The third essential part is the education section. This shows your scholastic history. Write the educational levels you have finished from the most recent going backwards. Again, this is called the reverse chronological order. Include the name of the schools you have attended, their addresses, your degrees, and your dates of graduation. In some cases, honors and accomplishments while being a student are also included. Doing so tells your would-be employer that you have been a very responsible student and would most likely be a responsible employee. Here's another example. The last essential part of a resume is the character references. This section is a list of people who could guarantee your competence and credibility. Remember to at least include 3 people who have something good to say about you. A former teacher, a teammate, an advisor may work for you. Do not include relatives. Ask permission from the persons before including them in your list. And include their phone numbers so the employer can easily contact them for character verification. Let us review the main parts of a resume again: identification, experience, education, and character references. Other resumes may include the following parts: objective, trainings and seminars, skills, volunteer works, and hobbies and interests, although they are sometimes considered optional. Optional means they may or may not find their way in your own curriculum vitae. Their inclusion depends on the situation. The objective states your desired job or field and what you hope to accomplish in that field. The objective may also be included in the summary, which is found just after the identification. Here's an example. If you want to state your desired job or field, you may say, "I wish to apply my customer capabilities and project planning skills." If you wish to write what you hope to accomplish, you can say, "Possesses communication skills and strong work ethic that will aid your company in meeting its milestones." Trainings and seminars include those activities that you have attended that are relevant to the job you are vying for. Again, follow the reverse chronological order when listing these ones. Skills will include things that you can do which are also related to the job vacancy. Most work demand good communication and computer skills. If you have this, mention them. Volunteer work may include experiences that help convey your leadership and communication skills, among others. List the name of the organizations, your dates of volunteer work, and your achievements. As mentioned earlier, this may be included in the work experience, especially if you have no real work history to talk about. Hobbies and interests is a section for activities that you involve yourself in during your free time. Take note to include only those that are related to the job being filled in. Let us name the other parts of the resume again. Objective, trainings and seminars, skills, volunteer works, and hobbies and interests. Next, we will talk about the different kinds of resume. There are many types of resume, and each type is chosen depending on the purpose. The 7 types are chronological resume, functional resume, combination resume, resume with profile, targeted resume, mini resume, and non-traditional resume. Here's a clue. What you write just after the identification part determines what type of resume you are writing. A chronological resume starts by listing the work history just after the personal profile. Jobs are listed in reverse chronological order. Employers like this resume type because they can see right away if you have done jobs related to the one they are offering. This resume is good for applicants who have a strong and solid work history. A functional resume focuses on the skills and experiences rather than on work history. It is used by people who are changing careers, for those who have gaps in their employment history, or for those who have no job experience yet. A combination resume lists skills and experience first, then the employment history is written next. Choose this type if you have skills which are very useful to the job you're applying for, and if you have work history that is linked to the job at hand. A resume with profile includes a summary of an applicant's skills, experiences, and goals as they relate to a specific job. A targeted resume is one that is customized so that it highlights the experience and skills that you have which are relevant to the job being applied for. A mini resume contains a brief summary of career highlights and qualifications. Details may be given later should the employer ask for them. And a non-traditional resume is a web-based version of the resume that may include photos, graphics, images, graphs, and other visuals. Once again, recap with me the kinds of resume. 1. Chronological resume. 2. Functional resume. 3. Combination resume. 4. Resume with profile. 5. Targeted resume. 6. Mini resume. And 7. Non-traditional resume. That's it, learners! We end here with a discussion of the lesson. While the concepts are still fresh in your mind, answer the questions that follow in your answer sheet. 1. What do you call this document, which is a summary of personal and professional qualifications? 2. How do you arrange data like work history and educational record? 3. Who should not be included in the character references? 4. What did Dina write as her objective in her resume? And 5. What kind of resume is this? The correct answers are 1. Resume, 2. Reverse chronological order, 3. Relatives or personal friends, 4. She wishes to enter the business of medical sales, and 5. Non-traditional resume. How many items did you get correctly? Good job! Writing your resume now is not that difficult, especially if you own a computer or if you can use one in computer shops. In this tutorial, we will retrace the steps of Dina and John, whose resumes we have seen earlier. Begin by opening a new Word document. You will be presented with different types of templates. If you have internet connection, type resume template and you will be shown different types of templates from the web. Scroll through the choices and choose one that is suitable for you. Once you click Create, the new resume template is created for you. You will now see the different parts of the resume. Begin by filling in the identification. Type your name. Type your address. Make the necessary corrections. If you do not need an item, click and delete. Type your phone number. Include a professional-looking email address. Again, make sure that your email address is correct. Click on other items that you don't need and delete. Scroll through the other parts of the resume and start filling in with correct data. So that was how Dina made her complete resume. John, on the other hand, also made his resume by clicking on another resume template. By following the same instructions as previously mentioned, John was able to make his own resume too. So you see, resume writing is not really that hard, for as long as you remember the tips in writing 1. Were you able to follow the steps in writing a resume? If yes, then you are doing fine. If not, you can always go back and review the steps. You are now ready to apply what you have learned in this lesson. A new industry has opened in your locality and it is offering new jobs. Look closely at the job positions and apply for at least one. So you can send in an impressive resume, do the following. If you're using a computer, open a Word document. Choose a resume template and click Create. Fill in the needed information to match the job advertisement. Check your document for accuracy. Print and submit your resume. If you don't have a computer and a printed template is given, follow the instructions indicated in the template and write your entries on a clean sheet of paper. Go ahead and write your resume. Who knows, a new job might be waiting for you. After doing all the tasks in this module, take this test to determine your knowledge and skills acquisition regarding resume writing. Listen to and analyze each question and choose the best answer, then write it on your answer sheets. You have 5 seconds to answer.
It is a document that summarizes personal, educational, and professional qualifications and experiences and is prepared in relation to a job application. The correct answer is resume. It is a part of the resume that contains information about the persons who may vouch for one's credibility and competence. The correct answer is character references. It is a part of the resume that states the type of work one is applying for. The correct answer is objective. It is a type of resume that starts by listing one's work history with the most recent position listed first. The correct answer is chronological resume. It is listing something from the most recent going backwards. The correct answer is reverse chronological order. It is a kind of resume that presents a brief summary of one's career highlights and qualifications. The correct answer is mini resume. It is a type of resume that includes photos, graphics, images, graphs, and other visuals in a web-based version. The correct answer is non-traditional resume. It is the list number of character references that one can include in the resume. And the correct answer is 3. It is a kind of resume that focuses on one's skills and experiences rather than on chronological work history. The correct answer is functional resume. It is a type of resume which highlights one's work experiences and skills relevant to the job one is applying for. And the correct answer is targeted resume. It is an essential element of a resume and must be included when writing one. And the right answer is personal profile. If the following years, 2014, 2016, 2018, and 2020, were arranged in reverse chronological order, it is the year that comes last. And the correct answer is 2014. It is that part of the resume that contains the name, address, cell phone or telephone number, and email address of the applicant. And the right answer is identification. These persons are usually not included as character references. And the right answer is parents or siblings. It is considered standard or formal font type when writing a resume. And the right answer is
Bookman Old Style. How many items did you get correctly? If you scored 10 to 12, good work. If you scored 13 to 15, that's impressive. That means that you have learned a lot of the concepts given in this lesson. Congratulations! Let us summarize the key points you need to remember in relation to this lesson. First, choose a resume format that suits your qualifications. Second, create a good impression by highlighting your qualifications related to the job vacancy. And third, check for accuracy and correctness before submitting your document. This ends our lesson, and I'll see you again in the next one. Keep safe, stay healthy.